What's up? So, I don't have much time, but I need to create a short video with a very important message. So, listen, you can make money, income, in literally any way that you want to, any way that you can think of. But you might be thinking, like, what are you talking about? Like, duh, you make money. Duh, you can make money however you want. But you don't understand. This video is for all the people who, like, maybe their parents have told them, you have to work this job, you have to get this 9 to 5 or whatever the fuck, you have to go to college, you have to have these requirements to work, you have to do this thing, you have to go this place. No. Think about it. This thing we call money, currency, it's either coins, cents, change, or paper, money, cash. There's a green paper that we trade for goods or services. And you go to the store and let's say you need a wrench. You go to fucking Home Depot, you need a wrench. They're charging like what, $20 for a fucking metal iron object that's able to turn things. Now, what if you go into nature, right? And say you go into this forest where there are these deer, and someone came along a long time ago. Let's say someone came along a year ago and hunted all the deer in these forests. So all their bodies have been decaying, and now in the forest it's nothing but bones of the deer, just deer bones or any animal bones in all this forest. So you find this one bone and you pick it up, and it's shaped in a certain way where if you were to like try to construct something by using sockets or nails, the shape of this bone would allow you to do that, would allow you to turn it in the way that a wrench would. So they're really selling a shape that you need, made out of a material that you need, iron or metal, whatever the wrench is made out of. You see? And they can charge, depending on how widely this object is sold, they can charge whatever they want for this object. But it goes way beyond that. You could offer a service for this paper, just something that would. So the key is you think of something that will motivate another person with this paper, this valuable green paper, to have a reason to give as much of that green paper to you as you want. That's it. That's all business is. That's why you go to the convenience store and you get a fucking soda, because you want that shit. And then these people market it to you. They advertise. You can advertise your way, your trade of making this paper, and it's just paper. It's just paper. The only reason it has so much value is because we all give it so much value. If everyone burned all their money, there would be no currency. There would be no buying anything. And these are simple thoughts, really, but I'm making this for the people that are so invested into their ordinary lives where they don't think about this kind of thing. They don't think about what's actually happening in this thing we call economy. That's what's actually happening in it. We're basing everything on this paper, on this currency, and that goes far beyond just America or wherever the fuck you live. Now, prime example, and prime example, take my business, my personal business that I've created. Now, is it a legally certified business? Absolutely not. But it's a business nonetheless. And clearly, it's legitimate because it's a trade that earns this paper. What's my business, you ask? Look at my channel. Look at my YouTube channel. I do fucking push-ups for $1 each. Think about that. You could hold up a sign on the street that says, please give me money. So maybe someone would do it. Maybe. But you're not offering anything, you're asking. If you have a business, a trade, that's a motivation. It's a motivator. Now the question is, what's the most motivating thing for another person to give you this money? Now, with my business, the reason I do it that way, why I've chosen to do push-ups, for example, it's something that, and it's something that's quick. It's something that's doesn't require any material other than the physical body that I'm already carrying with me every single day anyway. So I'm able to just, oh, someone hands me a $5 bill. And that's my service. That's what I provide for people. Now, to categorize it, it's a form of entertainment for people. That's what the motivation is, and just in that circumstance. Now, some people, they have this business where like they hold up a sign and it's like, oh, give me $10 and you can pull your car into my parking space and I'll wash your car. Some people do that. That's a hustle. Some people do that. But and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good idea. But it's not as simple. You need these materials. You need these materials to wash this person's car. Now, the reason I do what I do is because I don't need any of that. I just need me. You know? But that's just one example. I'm sure there are much better ideas than what I have. But that also required other things. You know? Some people, I live in Florida. And by the way, hashtag push-ups to land. Spread that shit. Tell people about my channel. But there's this place nearby. It's called Daytona. I'm sure you've heard of it if you're familiar with Florida. And in Daytona, what I've seen, these people take palm fronds from the palmetto tree. And I'm sure you've seen a palmetto tree. If you haven't, just Google it. If you live in fucking Alaska or something, or wherever you're watching this, Google a palmetto tree. It has these things called palm fronds, these big leaves that spread out. And these people, they get these big leaves and they fold it in a way where it literally looks like a flower, a green flower, a rose, they call it. They call it the palmetto roses. And in Daytona, it's on the beach. It's called Daytona Beach. They sit on the beach because it's a good idea. These people walk by and they walk on the beach and they see this guy sitting on the beach and he has all these pretty roses and they're like, ooh, what's this guy doing? And he's like, oh, you want one? $10. It's that simple. And it's a thing in nature. Nature is abundant, especially the palmetto trees, especially in Florida or on any tropical beach. You find the tree, you learn how to make the design with the leaf, and then you seek customers. I'm saying all this because you don't have to work in an environment that detriments you. For example, let's say you work in the back of a kitchen. You're around all this, or any kind of industrialized business. You're around all this machinery, all this inhuman material, and you have to labor yourself in a routine. Why should you have to do that? You don't. That's why I'm saying it's your choice. It's up to you what you want to do. It's up to you what, and that's with everything in life. But what I'm pointing out is it's up to you how you make money. It's up to you how you have this income, how you gain this physical green paper that we value so much. It's completely up to you. And I'm making this for you. You, that person who has been told all their life that you have to do this, because I know you're out there. There are millions of you, billions of you out there who have this, you have these fucked up beliefs, and it's not your fault. You've been conditioned this way. And maybe you've followed it yourself. You've just let yourself be told this, and maybe that's your fault. But there's no one to blame. You're not in the wrong. No one else is. It's just people have flaws. People cause pain for money. If you've ever worked, let's say if you're someone who's worked at McDonald's, that shit is painful. I would never want to fucking do that shit. Who wants to do that shit? Like people work there, and and here's the thing about the sacrifice. People work there, and their health starts deteriorating. They get acne all over them from all the grease that's being burned and the fumes. It's truly disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And then some other jobs, some other ways of making money, they make these men become conniving snakes who like these businessmen. And they become these pathological liars, which they weren't before. And that's their way of income. Now, if you think that's worth it, go ahead. Be that person. But you have to, you make the choice of what you want to do. You have to face the consequences for it. Even if it's making you income and making you, quote unquote, survive in this economy. You have to face the consequences. If you have this way of making income that transforms you as a person into someone that you don't want to be, that's up to you. You can change that. But then that source of income is gone. Hypothetically. So, my advice, don't value a fucking green piece of paper over who you really are. Because that is why these people who grow old in age, they say, oh, I've worked all my life. If only I could be young again. If only I could be who I really was. That's what's important. That's the message. Subscribe to my fucking channel.